Hi, Jermaine.
Hi, Jess. I'm coming at you live from Battery Park, getting some sun.
You look so fly.
Oh, wait, let me get the camera right. Yeah, I'm gonna turn into a I'm gonna turn into a Kardashian with all this sun I'm getting.
Please, please. Can I say it one more time? Please do not turn into a Kardashian.
Free Kanye.
I feel like finding our live vlog is like playing Where's Waldo? Like, what time are they going to do it? When's it going to be on? When are they going to show up in my Facebook feed?
Where's Jermaine going to be? Is he going to freeze?
Oh, please no. We have had some freezing problems today for sure.
It seems to be my fault.
Right now, what is happening is Joel Ewing is watching our vlog on the couch on his cell phone.
Oh, it's so meta. What's up, Joel Ewing?
Whoa, so very meta. That's what he just said. We're theater people. I don't know if you knew that.
Joel Ewing, Mr. Venezuela 2018.
No one's going to know what that means, but yep. How are you doing today? You're doing sunny. I'm so jealous.
I'm good. I'm sitting in the grass, which I never do because I hate the outdoors.
That's true, you do.
There are squirrels and bees and people walking by. Like, I don't like people. It's like a safari.
But are they admiring you? I mean, I'm sure you look like someone important since you're live streaming.
You know what? I've gotten a bunch of new friends recently. That sounded really important. I didn't mean for it to, but I have. and I've been told that I walk into a room and people like think I'm a celebrity, so I'll go with it.
Oh, especially in those sunglasses, I feel like too.
I do it on the train now. I used to judge people who would wear sunglasses on the train, but now like I want to be seen, so I wear sunglasses.
Oh no, our friend Jeff Kongs in LA, he has a shout out. Jeff Kongs has a Facebook group devoted to posting photos of people wearing sunglasses inside.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying, but I'm doing it now, so whatever.
Well, whatever. What else is going on? You got some big plans for this Tuesday night?
Tuesday night? No. I mean, I'm going to probably hang out with some friends real quick.
New friends?
Yeah, my new friends who think I'm a celebrity. Little do they know.
Yeah.
I'm just me.
If they need anyone to set anyone to set them straight, I'm happy to raise my hand on that.
I mean, listen, I've been setting people straight about you for a while too. So
exactly.
It's fair play.
Exactly. Oh, hey, by the way, speaking of, not at all. Last night, Joel and I went to the August Wilson monologue competition finals, national finals.
That sounds awesome. How did it go?
It was awesome. The kids, so it was like 24 kids from all over the United States who had won their like local competitions, and they all had read the Wilson play that they chose their monologue from, and they did their monologue on a Broadway stage at the August Wilson Theater. Kenny Leon hosts it in his theater company. He's the one who kind of put it all together, and it was really good. I've been several times, and this was by far the strongest group of kids I've ever seen. It was really inspiring.
That's awesome. I did 2 August Wilson plays in my youth. One of them got produced as a one-act in high school.
Okay.
It was not a one-act.
Nope.
And then the other one we did in college, and it got shelved like the final week of rehearsals.
Why did it get shelved?
I don't know. We were in Springfield and we were black. I don't know.
Oh God, this got so sad. Oh no! Wait,
I'm laughing about it.
I'm not even going to ask. I was going to ask you more questions, but I don't want to talk about it. We'll get ourselves into trouble with someone. No. What I realized last night that was really cool is that our press agent for the Give Back concert, Emily McGill, is Kenny Leon's press agent. So she was there. Right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool. It was really neat. And then also another thing that was really neat was part of what the kids get, right? They get Delta flies them up here. Delta is an amazing sponsor that's been sponsoring this competition for 10 years. So like, hey, Delta, we're doing really good things with the arts and community as well, but I digress. So Delta flies them up, and then they get to go to a couple Broadway shows. So they saw Once on This Island and Children of a Lesser God. And then they got to have a masterclass with Kerry Washington yesterday, or I mean, 2 days ago. I know. They had Denzel last year.
Did they do the master class? Did she teach them how to act with her lips and her breath?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't win the August Wilson monologue competition semifinals, so I didn't like get to go.
Oh man!
But actually, one of the things that happened at the thing last night was that the two lead actors from Children of a Lesser God came out to talk to the kids. I actually don't know the gal's name. She's new, right? It's like her Broadway debut. Do you know her name?
I don't.
She's apparently amazing. No, I'm Googling it. It was originally Marlee Matlin, but it's Lauren Ridloff.
Okay.
Lauren Ridloff, and then Joshua Jackson came out as well, who you probably remember from like, well, he's on The Affair, or was on The Affair. I think that might have gotten canceled, but he's, of course, Dawson's Creek. And they both had such beautiful things to say to the kids. Lauren just mentioned, like, you know, when she was a kid, she felt, and she's deaf, by the way. She's actually like for real deaf. And so she's signing, and her interpreter was interpreting. And she said, when I was young, I felt different. And I'm guessing all of you in some way feel different. But like, this is your family, and you are the future, and you know what you do matters so much, and you're not alone, right? Like, we're all, you know, everybody in this theater is probably a person who felt different, and so just keep like doing it. And it was really beautiful and inspiring. And then Joshua Jackson gave this really beautiful speech about like, you know, there's a lot of people in this room. I know a lot of the kids want to be doctors and lawyers and stuff like that, but the ones that do want to be an actor, don't let people tell you this is not a life you can live. You know, he's like, if you do want to join our tribe, it is a thing that's attainable. You know, you can be an artist, and it is important work in the world. And so keep after it, because they were all such extraordinary actors. So yeah, I was just really, I cried like, I don't know, too many times. It was very inspiring.
That's refreshing to hear that he's so, that he's not just a Hollywood person who just is an actor because he like can be, that he wants to be, and that he feels like, you know, that there actually is art to it. It's not just, you know, for money for him.
Yeah, you know what? I was telling Joel last night, because I feel like because we're obviously in the middle of the Give Back concert, and we're doing Idealist Day with idealist.org. Shout out to idealist.org. And we're sort of cultivating this community of artivists, you know? And so I feel right now particularly like connected to and inspired by artists who are amazing at their art, and are also using that art to like build community and to do things for the causes that they care about. And I was really inspired to hear, like, not only did Joshua Jackson and Lauren take, you know, their night off to come to talk to these kids, which they didn't get paid to do, but then he said that beautiful thing. And then, do you remember we saw him? He did one of the plays. Our friend Susie runs an amazing organization called Opening Act. Yeah, and they provide free after-school theater programming in New York City schools that don't have any arts funding. And each year they do this huge star-studded play reading. And he was in one. We went and volunteered and helped her a couple years ago. Yeah. And he was in that play. And remember, he was so good too. Like he's quite
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that he was in. I forgot that he was in that, and one that it was. I liked that play quite a bit. I think it had a lot to say. And.
And you what?
I said Kenny Leon directed that as well.
Oh, right. Oh, of course. That makes sense. Yeah. And that was a Tracy Ellis Ross, or Tracy, what's her name? The showrunner of The Americans. That was her play, I think.
Oh, no. I know who you're talking about. Not Tracy Ellis Ross.
Tracy Scott. Shit. Yeah. Oh, man. Someone out there knows this. Anyway, that being said, it was just a very inspiring night, and we're like obviously so busy right now and doing so much to try to get videos edited and meetings with producers and get ready for this concert. But like when Joel invited me to go see that, I was like, I am getting out of this house and I'm going to go support these amazing high schoolers who are like jazzed about August Wilson. That's not a bad state of the world.
Totally. And particularly, I mean, listen, I think when we were in high school, I mean, I can speak for myself. I don't know about you. It took a lot. I mean, I think it still does now, but it takes a lot of balls to just be unapologetically like a theater and art kid. And I think that I was still to some extent apologizing and scared to be my full theater kid for a while.
Really?
You know? So, yeah. I think so.
Oh,
I mean, I knew that I
man.
was, but like, you know what? No, let me rephrase that. I knew that I was, and if I were to talk about like my high school and college experience, it was a long time for me to understand that I wasn't like the people that I was going to school with,
Yeah.
and that I wasn't in class with. And it was a lot of me trying to be what was already there and what wasn't me. And it took me until probably right before my senior year of college to go away and to another theater company and work for them for the summer and come back and be like, oh, this is the thing that makes me special.
And
This
there
is
are
the
other
thing that
people like you.
right. And these are the things that sell me, and this is that I'm actually good. I just didn't know that because I was so different.
Yeah. Well, I love you just the way you are.
Thank you. That was supposed to be
Sorry.
Remember when you last year you were trying to do like a beatbox and you were like boots and gats and
boots and gats and boots and gats. Yes.
It was so wrong.
And then Nathan, yeah, you guys all told me I was wrong. You, Nathan, Kate, everybody. Ugh. Stifling my creativity.
Well, your saxophone is slightly better
than my beatbox. I'm gonna take that as a compliment and move on. You want a crowdfunding update?
Sure. How much money have we made?
Oh my gosh, we have made $7,606 for the CBTC. Pew, pew, pew. Man, that's a lot of money. I'm super excited. And we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days left.
Wow. I'm hoping I can make some more money for the CBTC. Slowly but surely, leaves are falling on me, but slowly but surely, people are coming through and seeing the great work that the CBTC does and how much the money that we're making can benefit so many people.
Oh man, yeah. Today in particular, I had a couple more people donate after I did my shout outs this morning, which is amazing. And then Avery wrote a beautiful Facebook post about his experience as a survivor and this place that saved his life. So like the donations are just flowing, and I'm trying to get Avery and I are trying to get me to my halfway mark by the end of today. Also, I'm going to interrupt and say Carl Thomas Coughlin says, "Where in the world is Jermaine San Diego?"
I mean, literally, we haven't done it this year, but last year it was. I used to joke about how it was the fucking winter.
Yeah.
2, I was Al Roker. I was literally Al Roker.
I mean, at least you're glamorous Al Roker now.
All right. I mean, yes, glamorous Al Roker. I don't think that's too hard to
no
to live up to.
No.
Thank you.
Well, glamorous Al Roker and messed up Kelly Ripa 3 sizes too big. I don't think they're even on the same show. So sorry about that mixed metaphor, but are asking you, if you have not yet joined us, to stand up and raise your voice for survivors, donate a little bit of money to the Crime Victims Treatment Center, a place that helps anyone in the wake of violence. Please do it today. We are out to raise raise $15,000, but really actually to, like, as a community, donate and write a check to the CBTC for $15,000 by Sunday when we get to the concert, for people that are not going to be in the theater, that can't join us in New York City. And we're looking for a matching sponsor right now too. We usually every year have someone who is incredibly generous and around this time donates like a sizable check as a matching donation, so that if we raise the same amount through our crowdfunding, they will match that donation. So if you're watching this and you feel passionately about standing up for survivors and helping centers that provide free treatment to people who have survived sexual assault and abuse and domestic violence and intimate partner violence, you can do a matching donation. You just talk to Jermaine or I.
Yeah, also, I have a question for you. If you can repeat, I don't know if you remember this statistic right off the bat again, but maybe 2 episodes ago, you said something like the money that we've raised thus far, like $1,000, helps benefit like... Yeah,
$1,000 puts 24 survivors through a full year of completely free therapy, treatment, and services.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big damn number for such a small amount of money, guys. So you can do it.
That means hang on, what is it? So basically almost 8. I'll scale back and say 7 times 24. 168 survivors are going to be able to have access to help next year because of what we've already done.
Yeah, just from what we've done, and there's going to be more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy. That gives me shivers. And I didn't even know that they were so efficient cost-wise. I just recently saw that statistic from my friends over at CBTC. So yeah, we can't thank you guys enough. This is a really big deal. And, you know, as you know, not a lot of people speak up about this stuff. It's scary. It's not particularly sexy. And, you know, that's what we're here for, particularly as theater people and people who love theaters. We will open our big mouths about this and we will make a difference.
Definitely so. And we're not the only ones doing work like this in the country right now, obviously. I mean, this is a big discussion that's happening all around the world, all around the country, and it's been going on for years. And Jess, you recently were in LA interviewing an organization called Peer Praxis. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was so inspiring. So it started on New Year's Day. I was at my friend's house in LA, all of the people that work out of my voiceover studio in LA, because I do a bunch of voiceover. And this younger guy that I didn't know super well was sitting across from me, Billy. And someone mentioned the Give Back concert in Broadway Unlocked in front of him. And he was like, wait, did you know that's kind of similar to what I do for my day job, for my survival job? I was like, no, tell me about what you do. He worked for this company called Pure Praxis, which was started by a theater artist who is trained in theater of the oppressed, which is this amazing theater modality that comes out of South America and is extraordinarily community-based, right? And without going into all the details, works in an ensemble manner with community members to solve problems that affect that community. It's really cool. And if you don't know it and you're in the theater, you should definitely look it up. But anyway, she took the premise and the basis of theater of the oppressed and applied it to sexual assault prevention training. And so where previously on sexual assault prevention training, you would go to a mandatory sexual assault prevention training and watch like boring PowerPoints, which is boring, so boring. I'm going to say boring and not particularly effective. Now with Pure Praxis, they go into, they're the primary provider of this kind of training for the US Navy. And they're working a lot in high schools. They go in and you actually watch a scene, a theater-based scene that's, by the way, written more like a movie than a piece of theater. It's very real. And you watch it start just like real life does, everybody having fun, and then you watch it devolve into, you know, an instance of sexual assault or sexual violence. And then as an audience, you break it down and you go through like, what went wrong? What did you see? And by the end of the performance, the audience members actually are coming on stage and intervening in the scene, like improv almost, but like in real, they're not actors. And they have to stop the instance of violence and figure out how to intervene. And it's like practicing for the real world. So it's freaking amazing. And I got to see 2 high schools go through this program, and watching them get up on that stage and the ways that they stopped the violence from happening and supported the survivors. I mean, no one's surprised, but I yet again was like fucking bawling in the back of the theater, just like bawling. It was incredible. Ugh.
Wow. I mean, I feel like that's the sort of thing that really should probably be taught at a very early age, is how to, I mean, in all sorts of situations, how to de-escalate, which is something that I think that people typically are like, let me mind my own business. Let me not get involved. I don't want to cause a scene. I don't really know what's happening. Are my eyes deceiving me? You know, there's all sorts of ways to justify not intervening when things are going wrong. This sounds like a great way to kind of, like you said, train people or dress rehearsal for actual situations that you will come in contact with.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, you know, I mean, you take improv class. I've taken it before. I don't know about you, but like, I know, as even for me, and I act for my living, you know, it gives me great agita, right? Like I'm always stressed out when I have to improv in a scene. So to be able to watch these kids get up and just really react to what's happening in the moment and not have too much of a hard time derailing it, reframing it, or whatever it is like, it's a really good reminder that it's actually, like you're just saying, not that hard to actually do it in real life. It just takes a little practice. Because go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think that they're more so in this generation now than even our generation, and definitely the generations before us. There is a widespread discussion about what is acceptable and what is not, and how do we treat women, how do we treat minorities, how do we treat marginalized communities. And I think these kids have more of a grasp, it seems to me, I hope so, on what is right and what is wrong when it comes to people.
Yeah, and to that point, the really cool thing about that is at the end we were editing so I directed a shot of video to tell their story, because the concert this year is all about the community efforts, like how we come together to stop this shit from happening and to support survivors if it does happen to them. So we're telling their praxis story, and I directed this shoot, and we interviewed a couple of the high schoolers at the end of the second or the last shoot day. And what they say at the end of that video, which you'll see on the concert, was, I mean, obviously so inspiring for the exact reasons you just cited, you know, with this new generation, but also echoed a lot of things we've been hearing in all of the videos we've been shooting for the concert. And that is just always a little, like, it gives me chills because we didn't plan any of that. But it's nice to know that everybody's sort of in the same place, you know, concerning like standing up for this stuff. So in fact, do you want to see a little bit of the video? I would share a little teaser right now.
Oh yeah, I would love to.
Okay, great. Here, hang on just a second.
I think my favorite thing about the work that we do is that we really try to get people to personalize what we do. So specifically with sexual assault, to personalize the victim or the survivor. So usually we'll say, what if this was your sister or your best friend? And a lot of times that shifts their point of view to humanize them. Because I have a lot of survivors, friends and family members in my life. And so it's nice to be able to help give them a voice and show that I believe them and stand behind them.
My name is Kelly Fleiter, and I am the president of Peer Praxis.
You're sitting here embarrassing me in front of my friends. You never let me do anything with you.
Willie?
Come on. What?
I told you already, I'm not ready. I want to go.
On. No, this is what we do. Relationship. Don't be dramatic right now,
Willie,
Heather.
stop.
And what didn't you like about their relationship? And raise your hand so I can see.
That's it. Can't see anymore.
Yeah, you have to go to a concert if you want to see more.
It's true.
Did I freeze?
No, you're good.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's awesome, and it's at least Peer Praxis and CBTC thing of like being like, how do people from having to go to CBTC, right?
You're freezing so bad. Oh no, Elsa. Elsa, are you there?
Like you intervene. Did I freeze?
Technical difficulties, technical difficulties. It's all caught up. Well, I'm pretty sure as his translator, he was saying something about like intervening. Nope, can't hear anything. I am going to roll that outro and we'll pick this conversation up tomorrow. Bye, Jermaine.